Hey everyone, it's Jenna here. I'm gonna make up with you this afternoon, and so I already put on my moisturizer, and I already put on my Glorious Face and Eye Primer. I like to have about like 5-10 minutes, like wait 5-10 minutes until I put on my foundation, just to really let the primer soak into my face. So I'm gonna use my liquid foundation, shake it up really good, take out the dropper, empty the dropper into the bottle, and then continue shaking it up. As you can see, my face is pretty clear. It's never been this clear, like, ever. And I've been wearing makeup, like this makeup, for almost every single day. Like, that's crazy to me because I was never able to wear makeup like 2 days in a row. Otherwise, I would have like a horrible breakout. So this is huge for me. This is why I love this makeup. It's amazing. All right, so I shook it up enough. I'm gonna use our foundation brush. You can also, I used to use our Powder Puff brush, just a nice fluffy brush. But you can use, if you have a brush at home, you can use that. That's totally fine. I'm gonna add about 4 to 5 drops. Okay, I got 5 here. Excuse my dog. Zoe, please stop. Just like to press it on, get it all over the place, and then buff it in. Zoe, quit. Go onto your neck. We don't want any harsh lines on those necks. Blend it in smoothly. Go into the hairline. Oh, I hear a siren outside. No, I like hearing those. Zoe, quit. Zoe, stop it. Okay. How's that look? Good? Looks good to me. Okay. Now, since I haven't had like really bad breakouts lately, I haven't been using our concealer. Our Skin Perfecting Concealer. I haven't really been using it because I haven't really needed it. I got a little bit of under eye circles, so I am gonna put just a little bit on. Tiny bit. And remember, with concealer, you don't want to just go in like a half moon. You want to go in like a V shape. It blends in super nice that way. And sometimes when you just do it with like in a half moon or half circle, it can make your under eye circles even worse. I like to go a little on the corner of my eye And we do have a brush, but I just prefer my finger, using my finger with it. Okay, now the other side. Okay. Now I'm just, well, I guess I can do it. I'm gonna take my bronzer. This is the color Sunset. It's our lightest one. You can see, well, it has two sides. One is shimmer, one is matte. I like to use both. I just mix. And I'm also going to put on our pressed powder, but I like to use my bronzer and my blusher before I finish with the powder, because if I get a little too crazy with the bronzer and the blush, I can even it out a lot easier when I put on the pressed powder afterwards. So I'm just going to take my blusher brush. I'm going to go my hairline down, and I'm also going to go on my forehead a little bit and on my jawline. Now, if you're unsure of where you're supposed to go, for bronzing, for contouring, you want to pucker. And for blush, you want to smile. Get on the apples of your cheeks. Get into that hairline. Try to have that double chin. I like to go down onto my neck just a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna take the very top of my brush, put just a little bit on, and then I'm gonna go on the sides of my nose and on the bottom. I'm gonna do that again, take a little bit more, go right here under my bottom lip. Kind of gives it the appearance of like a fuller lip. So I like to do that. Now I got my blusher here. This is the color Sweet. It's also the lightest one. I'm just going to take my blusher brush again, lightly dab it. This stuff is very pigmented, so you don't need a lot. Just smile. Apples on my cheeks. And I don't like a lot because it's just my preference. Now, I don't just stay on my apples, I also sweep it back. Okay. And then final touch, my pressed powder. I am just about out, as you can see. What I do love about this pressed powder is it does come with a little sponge that you can use. If I'm just going to use the pressed powder, I do use my sponge. But since I already used the foundation and everything, then I like to use it with my powder puff brush. And the sponge, when you open it up, it sits right in here, and then it has a little lid to keep it out of the powder. I love that. It keeps out like bacteria and just keeps it cleaner. Now for your powder, if you want a more coverage, you just want to press it into your skin. If you're not looking for like a ton of coverage, then you can just swoop it around. I just like to dab it on first and then kind of do sweeping motions. Now you don't have to finish with the powder because our liquid foundation dries to a matte, matte powder finish. But if you tend to get like really oily, I do occasionally, so I just like to finish with the powder. Onto the neck. All right, and that is it. So I'll show you what products I used. The bronzer, the blush, the pressed powder, my foundation, and the concealer. If you have any questions about which shade you should get, send me a message. I'll be more than happy to help you pick out the right shade for you. And so yeah, if you have any other questions, message me.